Hello everyone and welcome to Learn Chinese Now. So since everyone is still talking about Brexit, in the UK at least, let's look at how Brexit or 英国脱欧 will affect relations between the UK and China. Well, last year, Chinese leader Xi Jinping was treated to a lavish state visit to the UK, where he met the Queen, dined at Buckingham Palace, sampled British ales, and signed over £40 billion worth of trade deals with the UK. China even invested $6 billion in UK nuclear power stations, which met with protest from the UK security services. And all the time, China's erosion of democracy in Hong Kong and the destructive effect a flood of cheap Chinese steel is having on the UK steel industry were constantly played down by the Prime Minister, David Cameron. The UK is also the largest Western economy to join the China-led Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, which was met with protest from the US. The opening up of the UK to China has been billed as a golden age in UK-China relations, or 中英黄金时代. When it's translated into Chinese, the position of UK and China are switched around. But this golden age has now lost its luster. 中英黄金时代失去光泽. You see, China was hoping to use the UK, currently the most China-friendly Western country, as a launching pad for investment and influence in Europe. But with the UK leaving the EU, China's plans are ruined. The UK had been an ally of Beijing, pushing for an EU-China trade deal that would grant China market economy status and remove certain EU trade tariffs. If the UK leaves the EU, they will no longer have a vote in the EU Parliament, so won't be able to influence the EU's decision. In addition, the UK's Conservative Prime Minister David Cameron is stepping down after losing his campaign to stay in the EU. The Conservative Party's Human Rights Commission just released a damning report on China's current human rights situation, urging the British government to speak publicly about China's human rights issues and conduct a, quote, thorough, comprehensive, open and radical review of British foreign policy towards China. If the new Conservative Prime Minister listens to the recommendations of the Commission, Britain's China policy could change drastically. So, what exactly are these human rights abuses? Well, the Commission have cited the erosion of freedom in Hong Kong, a former British colony, the crackdown on human rights lawyers and activists, the situation in Tibet, Xinjiang, but most chilling of all is the issue of organ harvesting from practitioners of the Falun Gong spiritual movement. Falun Gong, or Falun Gong, to use the correct Chinese tones, has been severely persecuted in China since 1999, and since 2006 reports have emerged of Falun Gong practitioners' organs being harvested while they are still alive to be sold for profit in Chinese hospitals. The victim dies in the process. This is known as 活摘器官. 活 means live, 摘 is to pick or pluck. It can be used to refer to picking fruit, but it's also the verb used in reference to removing a human organ from the body, and 器官 means organs. The Conservative Human Rights Commission wants an investigation.
We recommend that there is an international investigation into forced organ harvesting in China, and we ask the British government to take a lead on this.
Where are the organs coming from? What's the scale of it? And if it is, as we believe it is, happening on the scale that seems to be the case, then really it is a crime against humanity. And if that is established in international law, then further action should follow from that.
So, with the Conservative Party likely in power until the year 2020 due to the Fixed Parliament Act, there is a chance Britain could go from being the most China-friendly Western country to leading an international investigation into Chinese human rights atrocities. The alternative scenario would be a strengthening of UK-China ties, but that looks unlikely due to the UK losing a lot of its attractiveness to China since it's not in the EU anymore. So, what do you think about this issue? How will UK-China relations change post-Brexit? And do you think it's important for Western countries to put human rights and freedom before trade deals? Please comment below. And if you want to read the Conservative Human Rights Commission's report, we'll post a link in the description to this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. 再见.